Hi, today I'd like to talk about a thermal pad. Now these are very interesting little devices here, mainly commonly used for heatsink in stuff like computers for cooling down components. I think around 99% of these are used in circuits such as computers, so they are not conductive. The 1% of course is what I'm going to do today, which is trying to make a bit of a generator, and when you apply voltage to these, one side will heat up a lot and the other side will cool down. So what I want to do is, if I reverse the process, heat up a side and cool down the other side, in theory you get voltage on the end. So let's see if we can run a small motor. As you can see, here's a bit of a rough drawing of what will happen. So you have your negative line and your positive nut line, and then you get heat on one side and then cool air. It's going to be hot on one side, cold on the other when you put voltage through. So if we get something like boiling water up here, then you'll be applying heat to it, and then if you get something like ice cubes, you'll be applying coolness to the other side, and then you should be able to generate voltage. You may notice I'm in a different location today, and it's because of the resources I need. A bit easier to work here. Okay, so I have here this toaster, and so when I get the thermal pad, I should be able to generate some volts. So I have a voltmeter, and the toaster's currently at, let me see here, 96 degrees roughly, so definitely warm. Okay. Now I've also got ice water, which is currently at 5.2 degrees, so I'm going to get a bit of a paper towel and just dip it into the ice water, so that way now it's cold. Get my thermal pad and we'll clip the end of the multimeter on. Now if it reads a negative voltage, that just means it's reversed, but that's okay. Of course, this is used for food, so I'm going to play it safe and just hold have a bit of paper towel, so the voltage there won't be exactly 90 degrees, but it will be around there. And then on the other side, and as you can see, I've got about 0.5 volts now, and it is increasing. You will notice that once I remove the paper towel off the thermal pad, that it does drop. Now if I get one of the ice bottles and put it on top, it's very similar to putting the paper towel on, but increases a lot because it's cooler. If we get two pieces of metal and have it on either side, that might conduct the heat and the ice a bit better. So I think if we can get two tubs now and have one tub here, one tub there, and have it in the middle, yeah, we'll see how well that works. The design to this is pretty simple. It's just two bulldog clips. I've got the two metal rods here, and I've got the pad in the middle. Of course, the bigger the pad, or the multiple pads, if you put them in series, would of course generate more voltage. And I think it would be best to aim it in the middle. As you can see, there is some of it showing towards the edges, but to the middle. Okay, so here is my little setup. As you can see, I've got cold water in this side, and I've got hot water in the other side, my thermal pad, and then the two metal rods are inside the water. The heat conduction will speed up if the thermal pad is closer down, so we'll move that now closer down to the source. I forgot to mention that this is the hot water and this is the cold water. I'm also going to be moving the prongs to where the thermal pad is, so you can read the temperature difference. Found an article from scienceimproved.com which, according to it, if the temperature difference between one side to the other side of the thermal pad is 20 degrees, then it will give an output of 1 volt. Same for 40 degrees, 1.8, 60 degrees, 2.4, and 80 degrees, 3.6. Okay, so I've now got the thermometers at the thermal pad, and a reminder that this is the hot side and this is the cold side. Okay, so we found that the best result was coming from the toaster here. So it's at almost 100 degrees. So we'll grab the thermal pad, place it on, and then place the ice on top. As you can see, it does increase to around half a volt. Still increasing though. So we're pretty close to 0.6 volts. And if we increase the heat and decrease the ice in temperature, then we should have a higher voltage. Okay, so I'm at 0.95 volts. So I have a motor. And we'll see if we can get it to run. Yeah, the tape. And as you can see, the motor is running. So I'm increasing the heat again. I've grabbed a bit of a newer ice pack to see if we can cool it down, because the top is heating up. And there we go, with a newer ice pack, we're almost at 1 volt. As you can see though, now it is decreasing again because the ice pack is warming up. Yeah, I'm just thinking that liquid nitrogen is a lot cooler than the ice. Okay, so what did we learn from this? Well, it's probably a bit of a waste of time just to have one. If you have them in series, you probably get a lot more voltage. The thermal pad, I think, stick with its original use, which is to apply voltage to cool down components on circuits. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video if you enjoyed it. I upload weekly now, so yeah, see you next time.